The C model is kind of terrifying to fly at night. It is. I never realized it until that night sortie. The mirrors, like the rear view mirrors that you can use to air refuel, which I don't still understand because it's reverse. So I'd probably run into the tanker if I tried to use them. But the mirrors were reflecting my own aircraft lights back towards me into my NVGs, causing more like glare. Because I could not figure out where the glare was coming from. I turn the lights all the way down. I do all that stuff, and then it's like any backlighting is not NVG compatible. So it just like complete halo. So it's like you've got this huge canopy bow, and then on either side of the canopy bow is just the halo of light. So it is wild. Like I'm in there like it'd almost be better without NVGs. Like it's aggressive, especially on low illum nights. That was
so another win for a canopy bow.
Yeah, which I think back, and
you're gonna want that thing.
You guys remember back like when we were young flying the F-16, and it was one of those like heinous weather, at least at Masawa, like, and in South Carolina would get bad weather too, like, but like just terrible weather. I didn't feel like this is super sketchy. I was just like, oh yeah, there's another night sortie, and I had like 112 hours in the airplane, and no stress, not even like, oh man, you could totally die here. And now in the C model, I'm like, what am I doing out here? Like, this is nuts. Like, am I the only one happens over the years?
Do you think that's based on experience and now realizing how dangerous this is, or is it the C model just that bad of a plane? We can say it.
I think it's probably. I think it's my experience, especially sitting in the back seat of students and having seen like, holy smokes, what are you doing here? Kind of thing. And then knowing like, hey, we don't want this to go sideways, because you're on your own. But
I assume you did backseat night rides at Holloman?
Oh yeah.
Did we do night SFOs?
No night
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I did.
We didn't?
And like the B course.
I thought we did straight in SFOs at night.
Yeah, like the B course.
Yeah, we did.
I don't think I ever did one. If I did, I know somebody. The bros
pull and closed.
Well, so you would do like overhead patterns at night. I would not.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was in the back seat, I was like, no. The only place in the Air Force you get to do them is at the FTU.
Not doing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're not doing it. Like, because you're going to go to the CAF, you're going to go to Shaw.
Why would you practice that?
Right.
To get more patterns. You would take off in a 2-bag F-16 to do minimal area work and patterns. And they were like, you need to do overheads to get more patterns. And it's like, I'm not doing 13 overhead patterns at night with this student. Yeah.
Just to get more landing?
Yep.
Like just more final approach experience?
Exactly.
At night?
Yep.
Cool.
That's dumb.
So we would just do radar vectors. Instead of 150 per pattern, gas, 150 pounds of gas per pattern, it was like 400 pounds. And I was like, that's fine. And you'll be good in the future, But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, cause there's like 10 night flights in the F-16B course, and 2 of them are like primarily landing sorties. And so you're like, all right. And again, practicing in like an overnugget doesn't prepare you to fly a TACAN that's 25 degrees off, final approach, the actual runway heading. Like, just fly approaches, what you're actually going to do. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. I was mayor of Cockpit City those nights.
That's right. Well, I was thinking, I was like, yeah, we did that. That does seem really dumb.
I don't remember doing overheads. I must have had an IP like you. That was like, I'm not doing
I remember pulling closed all the time. My 2 sorties, whatever it was.
At night?
Oh, yeah, at night.
At night. Pulling closed.
And then, like, you have a total of like 13 hours in the jet at that point. So you're like, oh, this is normal.
Yeah. Just make it look like daytime. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's
Dude,
fine.
the first NVG ride, the night rides in the B course I remember being terrified of those. So the pattern stuff, I don't remember that much. But I remember, like, not having any idea where my flight lead was on any of those rides. Like, what is happening? And I flew Block 25, so there's no link, there's no nothing. Like, it was just like find the blinking lights, looking across at freaking Phoenix, and then I'm like, there are 7,000 blinking lights. Like, I don't know who's who. And
Is
then
that
one
six
time I
blinking
just
lights?
remember, like, he called, I can't remember what it was. But anyway, I just remember the shadow of his airplane, like, crossing over top of me, like, one night, and having zero idea that we had made that turn. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, this is sketch. But, I made it. Here I am.